Okay, so been a little bit since I've done some dev, I believe. Um, Currently working on level 7, which is my water dungeon. Um, Barely just started. Only a couple screens in, got the whole general map here figured out. This is first floor, second floor. Um, Second floor, it's kind of interesting the way this played out because first and second, or level 6 and 7 are both a top-down dungeon, and then um side view. The other floor is going to be side view, but the main difference is I want side view swimming. But in addition to that, you're going to have water mechanics, which I actually got working pretty nicely with just these 3 combos. Utilizing um level state. Also, for some reason, the F1 is like not right. I don't know why it's doing that. So currently, this is just an ocarina trigger, but it could be anything I want. Okay, well. So I made all of that. Hang on. Actually, I gotta fix this. Then these need to be. Make sure I do this right. That's what I was worried about. Normally, I don't care this much about making sure this is like this, but in this case, I do. Looks good so far. Okay, that's better. So that ends up being just straight up walkable. Yeah, that's probably fine. Because now by doing what I just did, I can just direct replace all. But yeah, so this will be my attempt at a water dungeon. So, see how it goes. The only real, like, I guess challenging gimmicky thing I need to do for this floor is in the second floor, there's these big columns. So I'll zoom out to map level. Okay, so this is the whole floor. So this whole column is gonna have like a reservoir water up here. So is the I don't know if it's gonna be here or here, somewhere in here as well. And the whole under all of this is gonna be dry. Well, probably not all of it. Probably the deeper parts will still have water, but it'll be upon releasing these flows that you'll unlock more areas here. This is the hard part because this is figuring out what each of that's going to be. And then, of course, it's like this screen, one of these screens, and this screen are going to trigger that. I don't even know. Well, okay, so I know that the boss will be... I'm going to have a side view boss. I don't know where it's going to be. I'm thinking maybe here. But yeah, so just trying to get this all figured out, how I want the dungeon to flow. And this is always the hardest part of quest development, is figuring out how a dungeon flows. So I do want it to be, when you enter the dungeon, you're able to go to one side or the other. Oh, but yeah, so this will be the first dungeon I do where I go like full in on, or all in on level state. That's literally what these do. Responds to level state 31, changes to nothing, or I should say changes to dry floor. And then the other one is the same thing, but just changes to water. And then this literally just toggles it. And this can quite simply be anything. I just made it be... That's weird. I just made it be flippers. Or whistle. So. And this isn't going to be here. I just put this here because testing. Yeah, level state's actually remarkably easy to work. It took me literally a couple minutes, probably less, actually maybe like 2 minutes to make these combos. Stupidly easy. So anyway, I want it to be where you can go either way. So it could be you take it right here. Maybe there's like a switch here that enables you to... In fact, you know what? I could do that very easily. It's like that's there. Actually, I know exactly what I'd want to do for her. And then I could do 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Unfortunately, there's no nicer way to do that. Sixteen, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. There, so basically it allows you to actually go that way now. Yeah, so perhaps a sword trigger. Oh yeah. So also a lot of what I did was I more fleshed out Carulum. basically the first things I've been doing here with Demo 6 is just actually getting the new area populated. Obviously no enemies yet, but caves, houses, NPCs, all these NPCs are actually fully implemented. Well, mostly implemented. They don't like have any reactions to game state changing. I also put a magic trigger in here. I got magic triggers working real nicely. Um but yeah, so here's Carulum as it is now. Um all the warps actually work except this one because I haven't done any of these temples yet. Demo 6 will have them all being fully implemented, since I think one of them will actually be useful. So these temples are applicable once you get all of a Triforce a Triforce shard. And you will be able to, I think you finish Din's Fire in this demo. There we go. But anyway, yeah. So this is, oh, there we go. Yeah, so also this would look better if I did this. Yeah, anyway. So that's all good. So back into our dungeon. The reason I was going out here is because I'm looking for, I guess I don't know what I want to do here. Like what do I want to have trigger? Maybe a hammer trigger. What am I mainly using here? 3. All right. So that does that. So let's see. You could start by going this way, hitting that, go back around. And then you go up here, or wait, you actually, okay, so you can't progress here at all. All right, you can. Yeah, you can. So the water acts as a barrier before you get the flippers. But what about before you have the flippers? How can I have lack of water block you? Hmm. Interesting. I just thought of something. That's gonna make things challenging. I was gonna say, what if I actually had the water like on top of the walls and it would create this effect? I don't think I like that. Hmm. Because like up here, oh, I know exactly how I do it. and it'll be spikes. I don't know if I want this room to look like this. But yeah, so this is definitely one of the hardest parts about quest development is actually getting dungeons figured out. So all these streams where I'm doing this is gonna be slow progress, probably, because I gotta like try to think how I want to lay stuff out. Okay, so I think spikes is the answer here. Oh, it actually says my game in YouTube is Legend of Zelda instead of Tears of the Kingdom. Don't know why YouTube thinks that's what I'm doing. So you're gonna need water up for this. I think actually this is gonna go here. These walls don't matter. I was gonna say don't matter as much, actually. Kind of do. I need more room. That's better. This point, have this just go right up against this wall. So I'm actually going to be taking a decent amount of inspiration from Tower of Courage. Like in my head, I remember how I think it was level 5 worked in Tower of Courage. And I very much enjoyed level 5. In fact, do I have it readily accessible? I also took a little bit from Glory Squad. Not in level 7 yet, but in one of my caves with diving under spikes. I do want that in here too. Oh, wait a minute. Technically, I could leverage that same mechanic. But I think what I'm gonna do, I need to go to tile sets, and then I need a file of Tower Courage, which should be in one of my ZCs. I gotta dig through my old ZC Let's Plays from 8 years ago. Tower Courage should be in here. This was my first one. Well, maybe not, because Panoply of Caladia is here. Well, I have a birth here. A T1 Mini's here. Nope, this is not right. Oh, no, it should be this one. There it is. I was going to say. So we're going to drop that in tile sets. All right. This is not the first time I've looked here. The problem is finding... It's been a while since I've looked at this. Huh. I remember exactly where it was. Oh wait, maybe I don't actually. I thought it was over there. This. Here we go. Yeah, so this was the water dungeon in Tower Courage. And I very much like how water was implemented in this dungeon. I'm basically doing the same thing. What was I looking for? Okay, so clearly you were very limited. Actually, you had, I think, yeah, you definitely had the flippers coming into this dungeon. Also, the music for this place was fantastic. Okay. I completely forgot what I was looking for specifically. Ah, shoot. Maybe I was just showing, like, I'm going to be taking some of the tropes because I think Tower Courage did water very well. Um, um, so I think what I wanted, so this is how I did this here. And the way I did it, in this case, it would just be on layer 1. And then I don't actually want these floor tiles. I want the non... Well, I probably should just straight up use different ones then. Are these used? This works. So the problem is, I think you can technically walk through this. Like, you could just force your way through, which I don't want you to be able to do. Yeah. See, you can force your way through that. And that's because I took the wrong spikes. I will want to use these, though, for diving under. But they're not the ones I need here. I think it's just these. Yeah. Perfect. And then, so then when you toggle the water, because now you literally can't get through. You'll be able, basically the idea is you swim over them. So I'm thinking all of these floor, well, first of all, let me make this room look nicer. All these floor tiles become water. So I think in this particular scenario, I want a variant of these where you are transparent. Because then these will go on layer 2. And then can't I do a only visible in editor? So I could do Okay. Well, this just is water. Because then, to test it, so it'll just be like, okay, I can't get through here. But then when you toggle the water, yeah, okay, this just becomes all water. And then, oh, interesting. Ooh, that gives me an idea. I'm gonna start end up having a lot of these. Um, Here, I want to drop you here. I just need to know where your tile is. Page 82. All right. I don't know why it has an animation. That's weird. And the only difference between these is one will be solid, one will be unsolid, non-solid. So let me remove these. And I want CSET 3. Although 2 technically looks better. Because now it's solid. And the idea is I want you to I want them to float is kind of what I'm going for. And the reason I'm making them become... Ooh. So this would technically be 0. Okay, so then technically... Honestly, then technically I could just use these. Okay. Because what I found out is you can dive under traps. And I think this would be a nice... What? Oh, shoot. What are they called? Damage. Damage, 2 hearts, 14. Not that this means anything, because I just do my own. I don't think any of this matters. Yeah, so it'll be... Whoops. And then they become non-solid, in which case you can dive underneath them. Which occurs to me... I'll do something like that. Makes it less tight. So hurts, can't walk through. And then you do this. I suppose that doesn't make much sense. The way I have it set up. Okay. I think quite simply I don't need this. And I think I need to fundamentally change how I do this. Ooh. I have an idea. Shoot, I actually need 2 more sets of combos. And this one needs to turn into... First of all, not that. This just becomes nothing. And then basically in reverse. Okay. The only thing is that. All right. So I could do... So the idea I'm actually taking this from is a Glory Squad. Tablet Pillow did a really cool thing with like diving under spikes in Glory Squad. And I thought it was a really cool idea. Okay. And then... Well, hang on. I don't think I need to do it this way now. Because the water's going to be on 0. I think I can actually return this back to how I had it. I think this might just work. I'm going to close this for now. Okay, well, that's cute. All right, so clearly you can't get in here. But then when I do this, and I'm swimming, why is it doing this? Change 1. Oh, do you still have the only visible in editor? God dang it. That's why it's not looking... It's functioning correctly, except you can't see what it's doing. Although I think the way I've set it up, it's a little bit too delicate. Because like you could do this, so it still hurts you. And this only works if they're non-solid, so obviously you can force your way through. But you know, the thing is, now that I'm using... These are specifically only used in level 6 or level 7. Let's make them stronger. So 20 is a little under 3 hearts. Granted, I'm testing with a link that has red mail, but you can dive under these. Now that looks a little strange how you're diving on top. And that is why what I did before is I think I put them on layer 3. I already got this effect working exactly how I want in a cave. So now it'll look like I'm actually diving under them. Although, okay, so this is a little strange. So I think in this case, I will simply do... There. And these can be non-solid. It doesn't matter. Okay. And this is just for the effect. Yeah, so nothing appears to be over me. And you change the water. That looks a little strange, but when you dive, now it's like... Now you can fish your way through, snake your way through. Yeah, cool. So that's a nice little challenge room I have there. Cool. And that'll be for something. No idea what yet. Um, what is more centered? Is this centered? Yeah, that looks centered. Cool. So that'll be for something. Um, hmm. I actually kind of like the idea of. I used an odd number here. That's no good for me. Oh, that looks cool. I'm being very intentional about doing this because these combos will all change per level state. So making sure that they don't. Okay. Also, obviously, this is where you get the flippers, so I will need to figure out where I want you to get the flippers from. It's got to be deep in. Obviously, I wouldn't put it so close to the entrance. I already pulled that gimmick with level 6, showing you the item of the dungeon on the first screen. Um, hmm. So what do I have here? I have these screens to work with. Ooh, I like what I can make this path turn into. Actually, I think I'm going to pull a split path with this one. I'm trying to do a lot of really uniform, neat looking rooms like this because this is a palace. So kind of playing into that elegance of architecture. So doing something like this. And I don't want this to all be water here. Just something like this. Oh, I completely forgot I had a screen here. Need to figure out what to do with that. Hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these here because I don't know what else I want here right now. I want to figure out this screen. So the thing is with this particular dungeon, and I've already done a number of side view dungeons at this point now. This is, I think, the third one. I don't want there to be a ton of connections from the this floor to the second floor. I'm thinking it will literally be this screen, one of these two, whichever one I choose, and then this one here. I don't want a ton in an attempt to make it less complicated. And I say that because I was thinking about making this be connected to the lower floor, but I don't want so many connections. Because I want it to be so like you're looking at this floor from a top-down perspective, so it's flat, so to speak. Like call it layer 1 is just this dungeon, this floor. And I want floor 2, the side view, to be like make a T shape with the top where the top of, or actually I guess it'd be more like an L shape where I guess it'd be this screen, this screen, and this screen, map with this screen, and this screen, and rotate this 90 degrees so that it's vertical. That's kind of what I'm going for. Hmm. I could just do this. No. Or I just do an old fashioned bomb spot. Did I mess up the CSET? Oh, I didn't recolor the top like I did with the others. There we go. That matches. I think it was that. Yeah. Whoops. Shoot. I don't know how to get rid of that. I could probably figure it out, but oh well. I just wanted to do that. I'm thinking this will be a key. Make it a really grand situation. You know what? This will be where I figure out how to work my double wide chests. Let's go a little bit bigger. There we go. Um, Hmm. I mean, I could just simply do this. I don't know. This room's just gonna look cool, and it's just gonna be a real grand room just for a key. So yeah. These are my double wide chests that do not behave correctly because I probably did not implement them properly. Ew. That's better. Okay, so this is just going off special item. That's fine. Hmm. Room data. Times 2. No. So where is it? Um Here we go. These are the ones used everywhere. Yeah. Let's modernify this. It's actually nothing apparently. I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be a real simple one. Oh, well, quite simply, negative 3297. Make it combo 0. Cool. All right, let's test it. Well, oh, that's not right. I think it's here. Oh, I know exactly why these aren't working. It's the way I have them oriented. The combo will advance to the next. Pretty sure. Pretty sure each of these are used only once. Yeah. I simply did not order these combos correctly. Oh, this is annoying. Although it occurred to me that each of these are the exact same as the others. Basically, that's the orientation. Now they should work precisely as intended and with the proper C set, ideally. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I see how this is also causing an issue. Technically, each of these can be just... I think the reason these were different is because they each... Yeah. Because the way I'm using those is in a very specific situation. So I needed to have 3 unique ones. Obviously, I do not have set up what they have yet. Because I actually do not know what it'll be yet. Now they actually behave properly. That's been a problem since like demo 4, so I'm glad I finally just took the time to fix that. Quite simply just didn't take the time for it. I also think this would look better. I think that looks better. Oh yeah. So this was going to just simply be a... Well, it's going to be more than I originally thought. Because I want it to be where triggering this flow and this flow is like your first goal, and then the middle one is that comes after. I'm actually gonna step away for a second. Be right back. All right. Back to this. Hmm. Interesting. So when you switch the water, this will be the only thing dry. Hmm. Because like here I added a challenge. Don't really know what you'd do here. Anyway. This is the primary column. No, we're just gonna do this. So I think the way I want this dungeon to flow is off the start. You can go left/up, or left and then right, or right/up, and with the current state of things, you can do either or. I don't know where I want to put the points of swapping. I think maybe one like here, dead center. I want it to be a while before you can actually, or maybe like here and here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe here's where I'll put your first barrier in. Um, this will be some kind of challenge that will prevent you from completing this path. Um, there we go. That looks cool. Like I'm thinking I want it to require you to have the water up on the side to proceed. Oops. What? Why is that on layer 2? So down here I did it with spikes. What could I do it with up here? How could I... Ooh. That still requires spikes. But I just thought of. But I actually... Oh. This is just going to come from some unexplained source. What did I put for... Here we go. Well, actually, it would be this. I guess it would be this. Wait a minute. Oh, that was that. Interesting. Because Do I want the slow or fast is the question. Oops. Do I already have a tile for this? I do not. Okay, so I feel like I made tiles for this somewhere, but I don't know where they are. Page 56. I have to do some setup work for this. Oh, wait. That's close enough. Unfortunately, it's not the right colors. I was hoping I could reuse that. Oh, well. Ah, shoot. Hmm. Okay, I think I know how I want to do this. It's going to be even, there's more setup to this. Yeah, see, it's going to remove a lot of water there, but what I'm going to do after this will fix that. See, that looks a little weird now. I don't really have anywhere to work here. Pretty sure these are the water tiles I'm using. Page 55. There we go. Now that looks right. Okay. So how is this gonna work? Basically this. Whoops. And then I'll just need to. I wonder. I could do everything but tile and animation. But then everything else. So now theoretically this will work. So here's a thought. So this will block your path. Why does this look like this? Oh, okay. So then I can basically just do two there, three here, this here. I want to see what effect this produces. What? Oh, shoot. These inherited the damage. Now they're no longer damage. Perfect. That actually looks perfect. The only thing is I need... Where am I using these? I think this should work. Exactly the effect I wanted. Apparently you're still a damage combo. I don't know why. Oh, because the water is damage. That's funny. I probably could have kept animation. The animation's the same. The only thing is I would probably do... This will look better when I actually get... When there's actually water there. Yeah. This looks good. This is going to look cool. Yeah, because now water's coming down. Oh. Whoa. That's a special highly drownable water, I guess. Well, I guess technically these don't need to be liquid. Well, that'll stay liquid. Oh, yeah, yokels. Yeah, using level states for this is very, very powerful. Very useful. Well, wait, I changed that, so this shouldn't be an issue anymore. Yeah, it's just solid now. Well, I can't exactly test this. I guess I can. Perfect. This does look a little strange, though. But I think it's fine for now. Ooh. So I'm thinking this will be the track up to this. And you need to unlock some stuff. The path. So like Oh, okay. That's how I can make that work. And that obviously would require water on the side to make that work. I think that's doable. Now the only question is here. Oh, that could be relevant. Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Because this could just simply be a little side. I'll be able to make this work. Or wait, maybe that'll require that to not have water up. A submerged switch, perhaps. Ooh. Yeah, with level states, it really is sky. It really is sky is the limit for what you can do. Well, that sounds cool, yokels. I do plan on eventually having a dungeon in this quest that is 100% side view. Up until now, it's been like half and half, but doing an entirely side view dungeon is something that I want to do. And it would be like the final one, like the magnum opus for that, I guess is the way to put it. Okay, so no, I just did something I shouldn't have done, because now how do you get into here? Oh. Why would these paths need to be mutually exclusive? Although that doesn't really make sense. Well, all right. How about I do this? That works. Nice little junction there. Yeah, many of my room designs definitely are like Tower of Courage inspired. And I have said that like this quest is going to be like sort of an amalgamation of all the quests that I've played and what I enjoyed. Pulling from a lot of ideas that I've that I have by playing other quests. Yeah, I actually like the idea of this being a submerged switch, and I think a push button, a step switch, makes the most sense. Because it's something that I can hide very easily. And there's also, not that being able to, like, cheese it is a problem, because if cheesing is a situation, then that's my own fault. Yeah, hang on. Where does this connect? I guess I got myself confused with these walls here. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that's all connected to that. Okay, so that's one level up. That's all one level up, and that's one level down. The challenge here is that that kind of just materialized out of nowhere. I wonder if I can make this work. See, this looks weird, though. I can't really do that. Because that's going to look strange. Or I could put it... like this water... Honestly, who said it needed to be walls? There's a lot of ways to block this off. How am I going to make this look good? How did Evan do it in Alpha Birth? Because I know what I want to do. I just can't picture. What's one room I could think of in particular? This is how he did it. Okay, he just had it against the wall. Also having raft spots. That's an idea. Because I was kind of thinking, I like the idea of just using these straight up as water barriers. I don't really see why I would need a wall. Well, the wall does have the depth, though. Yeah, I would definitely need some kind of indication. Torches, or I can use the lens. You do have the lens here, so I could give the lens some value. Honestly, this could just be a new wall that sort of materializes. I might make this a bit narrower. Start with this one since this is the harder one. Well, not the harder one, but the more crucial. Yeah, I might do lens. And honestly, just to make this more symmetrical, I might do this. And then at this point, make this more symmetrical. Oh, wait. No. Swim through layered barriers. I layered barriers. I think I'm good on that front. I was gonna use invisible switches to toggle solidity and such. That I'm honestly not that concerned about that. Because that's what I was gonna do down here with these. You know, I don't want to do these for bridges. I want like a nice fancy bridge. I don't think I use what I'm thinking of. Or no, I do use that. Yeah, I had you guys on layer 0. That's strange. Hmm. This is annoying. Oh, I do have one. And if I use it, it's going to be used here. Why the heck did I use layer 0 for that? Also, that does not work. Hmm. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I see. So what's the pattern here? Hmm. How do I want to do this? I mean, I could just have these be like this. And I could replicate this pattern. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, well, it doesn't stand out that horribly. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So I think in order to make this work, I just will need one of these, like on layer 2. Actually, I just realized it's perfect that I had these walls come up this way. They kind of need to in order to... Well, I guess they don't need to, but it works out. Whoops, what happened to you? Ooh, this actually won't work. Okay, so what I did here just will not work. I mean, there's a much easier way to do this. I just need another combo. I can literally just copy these, put them here, make that be water in one state, and in the other state, I don't know where my... I need an example of a switch. Oh, here's an example of a switch. What is this? Okay, triggers pegs. How does it trigger pegs? Combo change. Okay, I'm just using X state to control it. Quite honestly, I mean, how am I controlling it on this side is the question. Also, wait, I'm saying you need to have water up on that side in order to trigger this one. How's that gonna work? Either way, it could be X state though. This is gonna work the way I have it set up. I want this to be down here. Because this is now gonna be a okay. I think it's an other step. I'll make it step sensitive. No. So that'll advance it. I just don't know where my switch tiles are. So that's where... Oh, shoot. I hit escape to get out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, great. I wasn't accidentally editing that. Okay. Basically, everything I just did, I'm going to need to redo, but it's not like it took a long time. Page 82 up there. I don't know why I have two of these. Oh, wait, what was that? There's one up here. Ugh, no idea why. I'm going to be using CSET 2 anyway. Also, this particular one, it's gonna have to be on 1. Wait a minute. It should just be on top of that. Where are you? The original one. Right here? Yeah. Sounds cool. That triggers into this. This is going to have the same triggering back, except I'm going to add at end. Step trigger. Advances a combo. So simply step X7 state. That'll be 0. Step next. I'm not using step next. Yeah, I'm not using the type. I'm just using combo triggers for that. What was page 80 something? Page 82. I have them here and I have it here. Don't know why. And then simply. Ooh. So that'll actually have to have the same properties as this guy. Everything but the tile. So it should still trigger back to water. So let's give this a test. Well, I should have put a toggle thing to actually test it. I also didn't actually set the statues up. So triggers responds to it occurred to me I also set these up wrong. Yeah, I'm not using the engine ones anymore. It's all combo triggers for me. Once I've gotten more comfortable with how they work, I mean, there's really no other way to do this stuff, you know. It's just so much more powerful and less janky. I don't know why I did it this way. There we go. Okay, so first of all, swimming in here. Nothing looks strange. Whoops. Swap to my ocarina. Oh, and also, there's a thing there. Someone did not make this advance a combo. Whoops. Ooh, I want to test this before. No. Okay. Looks good. Also interesting, no wall. Toggling that off. It didn't trigger the step switch. Oh, well, that's strange. Oh, it's because I did -1. Whoops. Let's go -2. Oh, shoot. And that's gonna go to that. Oh, this might look bizarre, but we'll see. Ah, shoot. Honestly, that looked a little weird. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. See, now that looks right, but now I'm worried when I toggle it back. What's it gonna look like? Alright, it's a little weird how it flickers right away. I honestly don't think it's a huge deal, and if I really cared enough, I think I know how I could fix it, but I don't care enough right now. So now the challenge is this right side. I'm requiring you to have water up on this side because I felt like I wanted it like that. But why do I actually want it like that? Also, I just realized, okay, no, those are right. Never mind. Um, hmm. So I already do this in my quest. A dive trigger, where diving on a spot triggers a thing. I actually do that right here. This should be a dive trigger. Yeah, dive trigger. So I could do something like that. But then if you go there when there's if you go there when there's no water here, that'll be weird. Hmm. I'm upset that spikes is the only way I've figured out how to prevent you from going somewhere where you shouldn't. Also, I should make sure I don't leave these lying around. There we go. Hmm. How can I prevent you? Well, okay, so I don't need to prevent you from doing this when it's dry because you physically can't get there. But what's a thing that I can do when there's water here that makes sense? Oh, I mean, it's gonna break symmetry, but I can just simply like, I could just do something like this. Of course, I wouldn't want those. Also, I would need more room to do what I'm trying to do, which wouldn't work. Hmm. Screw it. I'll do a dive trigger. Whoops. Hmm. I mean, putting one on the other side would make it symmetrical. So that would certainly explain it. I don't have any lift ability in my quest. I mean, realistically, I could just... literally just reverse these. Spawns at 31, changes to dry floor. Yeah, that's correct. I could just do this. Make this go to 1. Sure, that works. Doesn't even fit. Oh wait, no, I'm being dumb. Oh shoot. Well then that's gonna always... it's fine. Save on. Effects. I think it's in here. Dive. States. Oh shoot. Those are using 0. This will be the 1. Did I do the... there, that's what I was looking for. Okay. So this will be this. Of course, I removed the thing, so I can't test this. This dungeon is so complicated. This is the least of it, by the way. So going over here does absolutely nothing for you. So triggering this once basically means you could trigger both of these. Oh, that's not good. This still needs to do -1. The left side should be good. Let's just make sure the right side works. I'll still have to do playthroughs that'll iron out a lot of the eventual issues that will arise. Well. Yeah, well, I mean, in this case, it's easy. I just use 0 and 1. So at least in this particular screen. Yeah, so I've actually been burnt by that a lot. In my level 6, it was actually a level state issue. But it caused a lot of issues and a lot of frustrations. Where, I was reusing a level state somewhere. I actually, right now, still don't know where I'm reusing a level state. I don't know where it is, but somewhere I'm using level state 0, and it was messing up a future thing. Um, at least I'm assuming that that was what the issue was. I still don't really know, but yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so let's like I feel like not even using these bridges at all, like these. I kind of want to just use these. Like let's go fancy with it, you know. Whoops. Well, I can add narrow solidity on that. Eh. Oh well. Apparently I put that on 2. That just looks so much cleaner. Although I guess in this case I'd want to do big bridge. Big bridge look good. Looks good. Okay, so let's see here. So you can go to the right. Ultimately it'll get you a key. Um and then eventually it'll get you down here into this area, whatever that'll give you. I don't really know yet. Could be a switch, it could be a key, whatever. You can then go up this way. When you swap that, you can do that. Um, I don't know what I was gonna have you be able to do over here. This side, you don't really have much yet. Yeah, you kind of get here and that's it. Um, so mentally, I'm trying to walk through this. So you go through here when it's dry. You are able to go down on the lower level, walk up here. And when it's all water, yeah, you'll need to go through when it's water, but I'm not going to think about that. So it's dry. You can't do anything here. I think this barrier over here, I want you to get to when it's I want you to be able to unlock that when the water's on this side. But I put a marker here because this is going to be an actual like trigger or like toggle thing. How you can access it though is a separate question. Maybe you actually need flippers in order to activate that, and the left one is the one that you need to activate. Because I made this little loop here of rooms. Perhaps you actually need the flippers to get through much of this. But in addition to this dropping water down into the lower levels, the side view portion, you are also able to go down there before doing anything. Like you'll be able to just walk down there. Um, how about Okay. Um, hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll give you free reign of this region. Um, I like the idea of doing opposites like this. Um, the problem is I don't want you to directly have access to activating the water right away, because then you can immediately do this. Which, I mean, is that really an issue though? Like, okay, if you immediately activated the water, what's the real issue there? Because then you could also get that. I mean, I like the idea of making you have to work for it. So, hmm. The problem is trying to make it dry on this side. Like, if I was able to make some of this water, that would inhibit your progress. Like, it would be a barrier that you need to work through. Hmm. But there's value to letting you just do it all. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be doing it all per se. Because I can make it to where to get to this, you actually need to have the flippers maybe for this particular one. It's like triggering the water here. Oh, I just got an idea. What if each side had its own independent water trigger? Really, like, really exemplifying the half and half water stuff. Basically, I would need to duplicate some of these to be for level state 0 and level state 1. Because I'd basically have to do this. Like, this is whistle trigger triggers levels, or I do 31, I guess, to be safe. That would complicate things like crazy. But I kind of like it. Because now each side is independent. And I'd be kind of going away from the. Well, so I wouldn't be going away from the one side dry, one side wet. Just when you trigger, like, you basically, you could have a state of the dungeon where all the entire dungeon's dry or the entire dungeon's wet. That makes things real complicated, though. I kind of like it though because that can make some very interesting flow options. Um. Hmm. Just it would mean everything on the right side here would need to be 32, and then everything around 30, and then everything on the left would have to be 31. And then I would just need to make sure I keep them separate. Uh, I don't know about that. Maybe that'll be an extra dungeon. Make that super complex. Yeah, let's not do that. This is already going to be really complicated as it is. I do want to do that, but maybe not in this dungeon. So then with regards to this one. Ooh. Idea. First of all, let's make a really nice pedestal for this. I'll figure out the walls after I make this nice pedestal. I'll make that a 2 minutes from now problem. Oh, hey, Tablet, how are you doing? Great to see ya. Actually, part of me doesn't even hate the idea of doing this. God, there would have to be water on this side. Somewhere there'd have to be water to do what I want it to do. Because some of what Evan did is he put raft spots that were solid. I think they were solid, and then they acted as barriers. I would need something that could act like a barrier. Granted, I could do. I just solved my problem. I could do statues, but now the problem. Oh God, that implies a lot of design. I'm gonna need to figure out. Can I just do like normal statues? I'm not gonna need to do fancy stuff with this. Well, first of all, I think I need to have. Okay, I'm gonna make this work. This is I had a bit of a breakthrough here. I just need to figure out the approach now. Because because I'm going to use statues. These statues are a big theme of Karulam Archipelago. So using them here is just perfect. The idea is I want them to be obstacles when it's dry, but then you can like swim past them when it's wet. When it's water. When the water's full, I should say. I think I don't think I need to make custom or like combos for this. I think I could do it just like this. So let's do this. Well, okay, let's not make them be just like obvious obstacles. Okay, so this kind of funnels you. And I'm not doing floor combos yet because I need to figure out what they're gonna even be. Because what I could do is I could put the I've been putting the water on the floor on layer 0. There's no reason it can't be on 1. These two combos here, this pair is meant for higher layers because this is a transparent non-water combo. So these would basically go here if that's where I wanted it. So what I'm trying to do, yokels, is when it's dry, the player can get here, and there's nothing stopping them from going all these directions. But I want something to block them. And with how this screen is currently set up, bottom left and top right are going to become water. Meaning you could still then take this route back. But I kind of want to do... I kind of want to have water here. I actually kind of want all this to be water. I'm just going to have it... Shoot. I'm going to just have it be this for now. So basically you walk up here, you trigger this. Oh no, water's here now. I can't go left. I'm going to need to go right. Then what? So I could do something like this. And just using the statues to like control the flow, basically. It's just taking me a minute to mentally map this. Also, the way I did this, the ladder can break. Well, at this point, I might as well fill these in. Because now the problem is at this point, you can still go through here. Which I'm thinking I can also use statues for. Where did I do that? Oh, that's just how I did it. Well, I could just do this. Okay, I actually really like this. This is gonna look really cool. I might actually need a custom statue for this because I think solidity is gonna become an issue here. But let's get my water down and figure out. Let's see how this is gonna play out. I also want torches on the screen. Oof. Okay, this looks cool. Unfortunately, there's still nothing stopping you from just walking across, but let's see what happens. Yeah, because see now... And then doing this should toggle it back. So going back the way you came is obviously always an a potential. Yeah, see, so now you can actually, like, go through these if you needed to. That was an aspect of this mechanic I was curious about. Okay, well, I didn't put water here, so cool. Okay, so this is doing what I want it to do. It's helpful to actually see what the screen looks like this. I think this will need to do this. Because you could always go back the way you came, but you're not able to go down this way. But why is that significant? Why would you not be able? Ooh, that's what I could do. Smaller dungeons. I like big dungeons. I love big dungeons. This is a ton of fun for me, figuring out how to get this to, like, map through. I very much enjoy this. Okay, so let's do... That feels a little strange. I like the design of the screen, but man, I think there's a better way to do it. I don't even know if this is... Oh, it is using my updated torches. That's good. All right, so which ones am I using? Which ones look cool? I kind of like these, but let's use ones that are not... Okay, apparently I don't ever even use this. And that looks cool. Okay. I never use it, so let's use it. That looks awesome. Okay. Well, 4 is not bad. Yeah, I like that. And what I can even do... Well, because I want this other side to be the same. There, just to remind me. Is this going to be a turning point dungeon where the second half begins? You may have already hit that point, I think. Oh, like IOR is level 7. Because an IOR is level 7. I mean, was level 7 really a big turning point in IOR? I felt like the turning point. I feel like I feel like Isle for Birth had 2 turning points. Also, I just realized I don't have a magic bar here. It's not using the right. There's something I'm missing with my D map. in IOR, I feel like level 4 was a turning point because you had just come to the new overworld and the game got substantially harder. And then I feel like level 9 was a turning point because now your main objective in the game changed. Level 7 doesn't really do anything that profound. Yeah. Level 7 doesn't do anything that profound. This level 7 does not do anything that profound. Um Neither will level 8. I mean, level 9 for sure is going to be very turning point-ish, I guess. Yeah, so with the flippers, I'm able to have free reign here. Um, Although actually, I kind of like the idea of having the symmetry here, where like you could do this. You battle the main villain. Ira's level 7. Okay, that is true. You do. No, there's nothing like that here. A bunch of my bosses actually don't have any other significance other than the fact that they're causing problems. If you don't consider the lore is very important. I'm also very much disliking this lack of symmetry. But I guess then to answer your question, from that perspective, no. This dungeon doesn't do anything that profound. Level 9 is when the quest starts getting interesting, where it has as much going on as level 7 and level 9 in IOR. Well, probably more like level 9, honestly. Oh, that ruined this. This screen's better, but now this screen's worse. Actually, it doesn't need to be. I thought I got rid of these. I hate having to do this. This does not look as cool. I'll make it work though. All right. Made that work. Uh, I mean, I guess in all reality, I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Oh, that's why. Actually, I don't see why I felt the need to do that. Oh, except that'll be a problem. I guess I'll just use my alternative ground. There you go. So if you're continuing this route pre-flippers, you're forced to go to the right unless you turn back, in which case you're not making any progress. Oh, sounds cool, tablet. Yeah, there's still a lot that I haven't even touched upon in this quest, and that a lot of it's like cutscenes and like story events. I've honestly put almost more attention into optional story events than actual story events. Um Yeah. So it'll be nice to get to actually do the real story events. The actual main story events, not the side content. Honestly, at this point, I have more side content than I do primary content. Okay, so let's see. The ultimate goal to this route is you're trying to get to this screen. And I could have like a key be hidden over here, like maybe here. But maybe you actually need the flippers to do that. I also need to consider that it'll be water on this side now. It'll actually be water right now. Like if you're right here, initial run through, you beeline it down this path. You don't have flippers. Or no, it won't be water. I'm stupid. It's water down here. This will be dry specifically. Or well, okay, no, what I meant to say is these would be water. Like anytime I place these down, they will be water when you're over here. Um, I mean, I can make it to where you can just straight up walk up here. I actually kind of like the idea of that. I normally don't have this much open space in rooms, but here we are. For this room, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, so I'm just going to like give myself all the space. Whoops. Let's just grab you. Whoops, too much. Okay. So essentially you're going to have something that you need to interact with to allow the water to flow down here, and that'll like flood this region. But you also will be able to just straight up go down there. And I assume that's what this... Oh, I don't use this. Well, what the heck did I do in level 6? Oh, wow, I got right to it. Look at that. Okay, so if I'm not using these, then what the heck was I doing here? Interesting. I like how I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm gonna leave this room empty, and now I'm kind of getting the itch to I'm getting the itch to actually like do it. Oh shoot, is this on layer 0? God dang it. I'm gonna leave that blank. Suppose I could have just done that, yeah. There we go. That looks good. There you go. That's that. And quite simply, you just won't be able to go right here. Until you have the flippers, that is. That's for you to realize, oh no, I can't do anything over there. At least not with the way things are currently set up. Which means I'm going to need to use you guys. Do this. There you are. Okay. So that's just going to be pure water by the time you get there. I'm really excited for what I have planned for the boss of this place. Okay, well now, so here's an issue. You could just walk straight across and I could just go down here. Okay, so this is a big issue. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of a crippling problem here. There needs to be... Crap. There's nothing to stop you from just walking through. Down here there is. And if I'm expecting you to be able to come through here pre-flippers... Oh. Well, I had a thought. Maybe just to get up to the pedestal with the ocarina spots, you're forced to hit a switch that just basically blocks your way back. The problem is in this case, swapping the water is a manual process. You have to choose to do it. Unless I made it to where you were forced to. How do I want to do this? The statues only work in an instance where the water is there. But not here. I mean, okay, this is a solution. Not a great one. I mean, it's not a terrible solution. It's just, it feels like a cop-out to me. Now that fixes that. What about up top? Unless I take a page from IOR and I just... Okay, you know what? Let's do this. It solves my issue. And this will actually look kind of neat, I think. I mean, it kind of ruins the original design of this room. But it'll basically solve my issue. Take a page from IOR and just put like raft spots there. This point, this is unnecessary. I don't even think I need this anymore. No, I actually won't need this anymore. Okay, so now I need some rafts. Oh wait, what am I doing? I know a quick way to get there. Screw it, let's just do it this way. I need my level 5. Where are all my docks? Oh, here we go. Let's grab these because I need them. Page 35. Well, let's see. It should be up, down. I just lost my one right, of course. Oh, no, I didn't. Up, down, left, right. So triggers is solid or no, let's do this. Responds to level state becomes walkable. Level state, other 4. I think that's it. And they are all solid. Brilliant. Whoops. I just realized something. All right, that should honestly just magically work. So you literally cannot get through. You want to do that, you have to do this. I think this is a good way to do it. I wish that there was a better option, but here we are. The only problem is I don't have them animating. Honestly, that should be as simple as just 2 frames. Oh, you're all right next to each other, aren't you? That would. Ah. Huh? Wait a minute. I think your issue is that you're just using the wrong tile. You're just using the wrong tile. Okay, no, you actually are perfectly fine. You are just using the wrong tile. That makes me wonder if they were using the wrong tile in the other place I was using them. Obviously, it didn't make a substantial impact, but all right, let's give her a shot. Wish that there was a better way to go around this, because I liked how this room looked. What? Why? Wait, what? Why is just nothing working? Wait. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I do need to be done here in a moment. I don't know why this isn't working. Let's go to a screen where this was working. Oh. Wait. Whoops. I meant to do Control Z. What? Okay. First of all. Okay, so I don't know why these weren't working. But the issue with these is that they're not actually responding to level state 31. This doesn't explain why none of the ground tiles are working. But yeah, I need to be done in a minute. Hopefully I can at least get this working, because there's honestly no reason why it shouldn't be. I don't understand. Whistle trigger triggers. Yeah. I'm actually confused. Is there something specifically with these docks that's weird? Okay, so it's something with the docks. Yeah. Well, it worked. Well, they need to be made bridge combos. Okay, well, I need to be done here. So I guess thank you guys for hopping in. We'll need to figure out why these guys are not playing nice. I don't really know what it is. Oh, wait. Four. No, I really don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, thank you guys for being on. Whoops. Okay. And I will see you guys next time I stream some dev. Level 7 is coming along really nicely, in fact. This actually is starting to look like a dungeon now. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.